Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution. And we just got a contract to photograph a dinosaur eating from the feeder from the security department of all places, which is interesting indeed. So this episode, what we are going to do is try to get some more dino DNA, try to complete some contracts here, as well as maybe hatch our first meat eater. And what I'm going to do is make a new enclosure, just a fence and a gate that comes off of here, sort of like a holding area for our dinosaurs, so that if something big and bad and ferocious come out, we can... Oh, that's going to bug me if I can't get that right at 90 degrees. That should be fine. Then we'll put in a gate right there. Should be fine. And now we can hatch some pretty dangerous stuff and then get them tranquilized really quick. In order to do that, we'll need the Asset Control Unit, or the ACU. So that will be the next thing that I want to build. The ACU Center provides a rapid response. Things like dino escaping and transporting, so that should be fine. Let's go ahead and plop that there. And then once we get our ACU built, then we can move dinosaurs to a brand new location. And I'm thinking what we can do is we can extend the path out this way. So we have our herbivores over here in a nice environment, and then we need our carnivores pretty far away from them, if I'm honest. And let's go ahead and draw out the path then, shall we? We'll just cut through the trees like so, and make sure that the walkway gets pretty close to the encampment, or the enclosure. All right, now let's run it right along the road. Now it's going to be pretty bad if this fence does get breached, and our poor guests are right next to a dinosaur that isn't too friendly. But we can do that. We'll make sure that the pen is relatively small, and we might want to electrify it eventually. Now what I don't want to do is have a gate, I don't believe, because all of our dinosaurs will be airlifted into here, and we'll need to put in some forest, we'll need to put in a water source depending on the dinosaur's needs. But that's neither here nor there. Once we understand what the dinosaur needs, then we can get it appropriately. And I think we want to send some to the Ceratosaurus. So, mission en route. I don't know what kind of Ceratosaurus DNA we have here. So 48%, so if they bring something back, we can do that. We can also make an Edmontosaurus. Do we want to try a basic Edmontosaurus? Sure, while that happens. Then in the meantime, we'll just open the gate so he can run free, and then we will remember to close that gate before we hatch the Ceratosaurus. So we're also running a little low on security as far as their happiness with us is concerned. Let's go ahead and get a new security contract here.
There's a new contract that I want you to consider.
We will accept that because that's actually what we are getting ready to do. All right, so the security division wants to militarize the dinosaurs, make them weapons of war, and I don't know about all that, but what we can do is fulfill the missions that won't put us sort of in a bind, and that should be fine. All right, let's add some water here. How about right along this backside? And then we'll add some trees, shall we? Some forests along the backside there. And then we'll put in some shrubbery. And then once we get our Ceratosaurus in here, then we'll see if he's happy with that, if he needs more water, more forest, that sort of thing to be happy. Should be fine. With basic steel fencing, I'm not sure if this would hold him for too awful long. Do we know how to do electric fences? I don't believe we do. So that's something that we can research in the meantime. And speaking of research, let's get to it. Let's see what other awesome research we can uncover. Make sure there's nothing in our fossil center. 0 out of 8. Outstanding. All right, so building upgrades. The fossil center can hold more. The creation, 10% viability for all dinosaurs would be nice. Ranger team accuracy, reload speed, and scheduling. Nah, we don't need any of that. We're going to fly it ourselves. Power upgrades. Maintenance units reduce the cost of upgraded power stations by 10%. Nice. The total output introduces a 5% risk of power outage. So if we want to overcharge this thing, we have a chance of... Oof.
That's a job well done.
Excellent. So we got 125 grand. We paid for that the expedition. All right, and acquire a genome, 50% of the Edmontosaurus.
Give it a once
and
over,
we will start that. Because that's actually our next step, actually. So we need to get to our fossil center.
Glad to have you on board. As you can imagine, the animals in the various facilities are constantly probing for weaknesses in our security systems. They're smarter and more devious than people give them credit for. But I refuse to underestimate their capabilities.
And that's all well and good.
That's why I'm always testing and evaluating our security protocols and barriers. And this is where you come in.
I've got to give this guy Lambert his due. He actually sees these animals as both opportunity and threat.
Yes, he does.
I'm gonna need you to extract enough DNA from fossils to incubate and hatch a dinosaur. This is the first phase of this mission. Carry on.
Awesome. So the Edmontosaurus is done. We can release it.
Okay. Next, you'll need to incubate the animal in a Hammond creation laboratory before releasing and housing it in an enclosure.
You're killing the mood, man.
Sure we've got an ACU presence on this island.
All right, so we have a brand new dinosaur in our midst. So it looks like they're pretty social creatures. We might want to make another one before too awful long. And research the reload speed 1.0 to fulfill the mission contract, and we can definitely do that. So while we wait for that, we can give our Edmontosaurus some company. And then we'll research that reload speed because that's what security wants us to do. And he's going to pay us $1 million to do it, so why not? All right, reload speed for the ACU.
This opportunity is solid and can really help the entertainment division, so please consider it.
Yeah, an emergency shelter wouldn't be too awful bad an idea there, guy.
The more chance to increase our revenue.
Yes, indeed. So I imagine our genome for the Ceratosaurus is pretty good. Wow, the Edmontosaurus takes a bit to do. We have enough money probably for a shelter if we were to look at the guess and the emergency shelter, $250,000. Protection can be opened in the event of an emergency to stop the facility rating from dropping. All right, we can do that. And oh, so we have an area of effect that people will flock to. Let's put it kind of central.
Right. This next bit is gonna sound a little crazy because frankly, it is. But we are gonna encourage one of the dinosaurs to breach our containment grid. We'll then react and see if our procedures and personnel are up to the challenge.
Yes. So at this point, I'd like to take back everything I just said about this guy.
Indeed. Oops, sorry. There we go. So now our emergency shelter is connected. We have enough genome for a Ceratosaurus. Tell you what we'll do. Once the Edmontosaurus gets incubated, then we will do the open the enclosure, and we'll take control of the ACU and get the dino that escapes a little nap. All right, we will release him. And then once he does that, let's go ahead and open the gate. And then we wait.
I gotta give props where props are due, and you slayed this building contract.
Yes, I did. All right, open the enclosure or otherwise and
Whoa!
let the dinosaur
Here we
loose
go.
to attack
Your rep
guests.
is off the charts. So you're getting a reward from the entertainment division for your work on Isla Man and Ceros.
Oh, there we go. Edmontosaurus is making a break
This
for it.
dinosaur,
Once he
the
gets through, I'll close the
Edmontosaurus,
gate.
was originally uncovered at a site in Canada. I'll let you guess where. The
There he
T-Rex
goes.
thinks these are delicious.
Gate
And
is
who's to
closed,
argue?
and now our guests are running like crazy. Luckily, we have an emergency shelter here. And now we get to tranquilize the dinosaur. ACU helicopter.
Okay, we have our runner. Time to tag him and bag him. We're using less than lethal, but remember, that dinosaur doesn't know this is just supposed to be a drill. So watch your back.
While I understand the need to keep our security as sharp as possible, this is not the way I would go about doing it.
You have a problem with how we keep you safe, Doctor. I'm happy to discuss it at a later time. Right now, we have our hands full.
Oh, he's almost knocked out. Hail Mary? Nah, we missed him. But it's cool that you can actually still pilot the helicopter out the side door. It's not as fast. 99, got him.
Job well done.
And Sleeping Beauty. All right, so we got our sleeping dinosaur. Now it's time to pick him back up and take him home here. All right, transport you and drop you back in the pen,
Asset
please.
to be collected.
All right, so the big old crane, the sky crane, is going to pick up our sleeping boy or girl and take him home, which is pretty cool stuff. And that reminds me, since we will be unleashing the Ceratosaurus, it is time to close this gate. So now we can make our first meat eater. The Ceratosaurus, let's see what we can do with him here. Make him a little bit more appealing. So the rating goes up by 25%. I think that's really good to attract some other people, to attract some attention. The robust digestion adds some resilience. Nice. So we'll apply that gene, and then we will apply this gene there. All right. Almost $750,000 to incubate this guy. And here comes our Edmontosaurus fast asleep. He should be okay once he lands. And then we will complete the security contract. Hopefully we can get some money coming in. We're down under $1 million. Those web feet are just sort of dangling there. Are you awake, buddy? All right, easy does it. Down
Asset
you go.
transported.
And no worse for the wear. Now he's a little hungry, but we do have that food enclosure over there. Nice. Yes, indeed. $1 million and storm defense is available. Awesome.
And that's
7
the
out of
job
10
finished.
food on that
True and
bushel.
Square. Look, the thing is, we're still learning where our boundaries are when it comes to keeping these animals under control.
Yeah, that's the truth.
God knows they're working out ways to exploit our weaknesses. Guess we'll find out who gets to the limits of our abilities first. Us or them. Ever vigilant.
Always
That's
ever
always been
vigilant.
the challenge of the Jurassic industrial complex. Exploitation versus security. The immense potential for profit and for violence.
All right. No new fossils. Let's work on our next bit of research. We're at $1.8 million. Very profitable. So we're up on our buildings, enclosures. Now we have the electric fence, which would be pretty good, I think. 4 minutes to get the electric fence going. And what is this? Oh, there's our storm defense station. Provides protection against weather damage to nearby buildings. Now, I don't know how much bad weather is going to be in this first little map, but I kind of want our power plant protected, and maybe our research station as well. So 100 grand to ensure that our power plant stays up. I think more than worth it. All right. So just in case they throw any curveballs at us, we are all set. As soon as this guy hatches and we're ready to go, we'll go ahead and get our sedative helicopter over there quick, fast, and in a hurry. And then we might be able to upgrade this fence to the electric variety so the man-eater doesn't try to, you know, bite the fence off and get to the nice warm bodies on the other side of the path. Might not be too good. How are we running on power? 3 unused power from that power station and 40 unused power on that power station. So still plenty of power left. Feeling good in the neighborhood. Oh, it's a swarm over here. Triceratops is eating. So he's got all of his needs met. That is outstanding. And even the Edmontosaurus is doing okay. I don't know which one, but they're both at 100%. I don't know which one took the flight, but you all play nice. 102 guests with 6 visible dinosaurs. I'm sure that's raking in a lot of money. And then it's just a question of when are we going to get these fences. All right, so research speed and research cost will pay for itself for sure. 2 minutes for our electric fence. And how long until we get our, not too awful long for our Ceratosaurus. Now we have to act quickly because the enclosure that he's in is really not hospitable. But I don't want to litter it with a bunch of stuff to make our tranquilizer shots more difficult. So we will act quickly. Nice. He is ready to go with the Savannah pattern. Ooh, rustic desert camo. Are you gonna roar? That's a good girl. Yep, shake it off.
A carnivore, I see. This time, a Ceratosaurus. There are distinctive spines that run down its back, and a bladed horn on its head. Just what you don't want to run into when you're out there alone. Or in a group.
All right, let's go ahead and get on over there to our Hammond Creation Lab and tranquilize this guy. Now, luckily, this should be fish in a barrel. All right, let's head on over here, if you please, and skadoosh.
Good shot.
Now, he's going to try to run, but he can't go far. Oh, missed him. Stop being difficult, Ceratosaurus. Gotcha. And to sleep with you. Awesome. All right, so while he's sleeping, we will transport him to his new home. And then see how happy he is. All right, so you will plop down in this brand new enclosure. Oh, that's fast acting right there. So that will be on the way. And how's our electric fence coming along? I believe it is ready. Indeed. Now, before he gets dropped off, can we electrify this fence? Let's see, enclosures. So we have a new building available, fences. And the electrified light steel fence.
Asset transportation.
So do we sort of
underway.
go over what we just did? Yes, replace on, if you please. Oh, and I see we go from pylon to pylon. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That makes it simple. Then I think we need to run some power lines over there. Get the fence ready and electrified. All right. So now our fence should be electrified and ready to go. They're pleased with the food. Outstanding. What are our finances? Nice. Attraction revenue?
Opportunity is knocking. Answer.
Yes, opportunity will. Nice, so a big old financial breakdown. I like it. As long as we keep making money, that's all I am concerned about. So I don't know how much electric charge this fence is taking up. Let's take a look at our power plant here. 19 unused power, so we are still running a surplus. Here comes our Ceratosaurus into his new home.
Asset
And
has
there
been
you go,
delivered.
buddy. So how comfortable are you? You could use some more water. We can accommodate. You're pretty comfortable. You have just enough forest and you could use some more grass. All right, so let's get to it. We'll add some more water for you. There you go, buddy. How you feel about it now? Yep, take a big old drink. Outstanding. Now, one of the cool things that we can do is add a live feeder up in here. Get that hunter's instinct. There you go. So now a poor old goat, and I guess we will need a fence in order to restock the poor old goat. So let's put the fence fairly close, or the gate fairly close to our feeder. Oh, we had it. I thought we had it. All right, then we'll put it on the backside. All right, so an electrified gate so our boy can hunt. He's roaming, looking awesome, and the poor goat is running for their lives. So you could use some more grass. All right, I can get behind that. Let's add some grassland then. Some shrubs. Now this may be a thing where it's, you know, a bigger enclosure would give him more grassland to roam around in. We can make a secondary extension of the pen and give him some more roaming room. That's perfectly doable. Yeah, he likes the grass. Oh! Goodbye, goat. All right, Ceratosaurus with the first gulps, and how is the live bait feeder? So there's 10 more goats in there. We'll have to keep a close eye on that. Oh, sick dinosaurs. We're gonna have to get to that. All right, let's hop in our ranger station and go ahead and administer some medicine. Excuse me, people coming through, got sick dinos to attend to. Now the sickness is spreading. We need to nip this while we can. Coming through, people, we've got an emergency situation. All right, where is our sick guy? There's one. Yes, we need to medicate. You little bugger.
You need to medicate that animal if you are to save it.
Oh, I'm trying. But he's not cooperating too well.
Receiving asset report.
Jeez. And unfortunately, unlike the helicopter, you can't drive while he is standing up. Okay, luckily the Jeep does fairly well in the water. Oh, come on now. Now this one's staying put.
Asset in range.
I know he's in range. Medicate.
Nice shot. Nice work.
All right, so is he still sick? No, I think he's good. Awesome. Tragedy averted. And luckily this guy is a pretty big target.
Asset identified.
All right, do you need more than one medicine shot? You are a pretty big boy. Or girl. Awesome. And you, little bugger. Got it.
Medication administered.
All right, no sources of common cold remain in the park. So hopefully they'll be able to heal up. Let's see what it actually did to our dinosaur's health. How close were we to losing one is what I would like to know. Let's look at our park here. Yeah, so 78% and climbing, that's good. We didn't lose a dinosaur, and boy, that struck quick. I was more attentive to our meat eater. I don't know how many people are making their way over here to see this guy, but he is still fine, and he isn't a social creature, so he looks to be content by himself. Outstanding. All right, so we were working on another genome to increase it to 50%, and I don't know which ones we have left to increase to 50%. We need a new dino. All of our other dinos are above 50%. So are there any new fossils we can find? Sort of start from scratch here. So we know the Edmontosaurus, the Triceratops. We know all three of these. We know that. That one may be difficult. Oh, the Hyanganosaurus, 105,000. All right, off to China with you. We'll unlock a brand new dinosaur, which is always exciting. All right, so this guy is doing okay. We have to be mindful of those dinosaurs that need some more social. All right, looks like a new Edmontosaurus is in the works. 56%. I'd like to find some more genome for that guy. But for now, that should be fine. Is there any other park day-to-day stuff we can put down? Ooh, a clothing shop. All right, so a clothing shop. Where could we fit that? We don't want to block a gate. We could sort of put it off on the beaten path back here. Sort of stick it in the trees. All right. We'll make sure that the t-shirt prices make sense. Or the, yeah, we'll make sure that the clothing makes sense. We already modified our gift shop items. Yes, I believe we did. 157 out of 240. So gift shop is doing well. How's the fast food going? 147 out of 240, yep. So we're losing a little bit of money there. How about we make the Dino Feast 20 bucks? No. Dino Feast for $20, yes.
Find the right attire at our new clothes shop.
All right, the Dino Dish is not going to be 20 bucks. How about 10? Okay, how do I save it? Is it just a set cost for everything? That doesn't make any sense. Sell for 20. Interesting. All right. Release our Edmontosaurus. Open the gate for him so he can get out. And then that should be everything as far as those guys are concerned. Yeah, because the Triceratops doesn't need any more social. The population's starting to climb, so we don't want to crowd this pen too quickly. And we did indeed find, ooh, pretty good genome. We'll extract that and extract that. Have an alert in the database. All right, so I don't know anything, and we probably can't see it until it hatches, but we can read about that. Wow. Pretty in-depth stuff if you wanted to get down and dirty with it for sure. All right, 15 unused power. We're holding steady there. Still have 8 out of 10 goats. in the feeder. All right, how are things on this side of the island? We want to make sure that the herbivore... Right, it's at 5 out of 10. You know what? I will have our ranger team go ahead and do this one. Why not? We've driven through the park just a little bit. Ranger Team 1, add a task, resupply a feeder, and we'll resupply this guy.
Resupply
$50,000, so it's $10,000 per bushel, essentially. But the Ranger Team is off and running. They'll resupply that just fine. Now, can we get more from this dig site? Partially depleted. It's going to be another 100 grand. If we find a pretty good, another piece of amber, we might be really awesome as far as, oh yes, they're at 42% already. Nice. So another herbivore into the fold. So the question is, for these dinosaurs that are getting a little bit crowded,
I want to take this contract, which means you want to take it too, correct?
yes, I do. The Lorana formation. I will remember that.
I'm Claire Deering, and
Hi,
I've
Claire.
been on these islands before. On Isla Nublar, I made some mistakes, and I've tried to set them right. I believe in what we're doing, and I believe in these dinosaurs. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
All right. To get more people interested, I'll go ahead and put a viewing area back here. And of course, I want to make sure that it is powered. And we have plenty of power in the park for it. Yeah, 11 unused power, so we're good. It should be powered by the electric fence, which is pretty cool how the power goes through. So these people should be able to come this way and watch our resident meat eater feast on some goats. All right, let's go ahead and get some more research done while we're at it. Building upgrades. So the creation lab, the power plant, the fossil center allows for 1 extra fossil. I think I kind of want that viability. You know, improve the dinosaurs up 10% static. And then we can start researching some of these extra genes to give the dinosaurs a little bit more disparity, some creativity, if you will. And yeah, this ground feeder, that's pretty good. I kind of want to take my ranger team out and get a picture. Because when you got all those dinosaurs hanging out together, that's just money waiting to come back in, if you ask me. Over the river and through the woods we go. Beep, beep. All right, coming through. We've got our camera ready. Hopefully we can get some pretty good cash from the different dinosaurs here. He's staring right at us. Yeah, that's nice. 2 Edmontosauruses, composition with the multiple dinosaurs. 8 grand. Sweet. Oh, and another good amber. That will make a really strong Hyangosaurus. Pretty cool stuff. So as soon as they're done with that, we can unleash another one into the enclosure, and we'll take a look at these dinosaurs that don't like a whole lot of big population in their pens. The Edmontosaurus really doesn't care, and I don't think either does the... No. So the Triceratops is really the only finicky dinosaur as far as overcrowding is concerned. So I think we could have one in here for variety's sake, and we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and go to the Lorana formation. Might as well if we're getting paid to do it, right? So where would that be? Morrison,
You really
Lance,
knocked that one
Hell
out of the
Creek,
park.
Horseshoe, Portugal at the Lorana formation. There you go, 90 grand. She's going to pay us 100 grand, so we're going to make some money and get some pretty good genome for the Ceratosaurus. So One cannot be too upset. Now the question is, how many people are going to make their way back here, oh yes, to the viewing center to see our big bad? Oh, he smells something. People are paying him a visit. Yeah, I would stay away from that electric fence if I were you. Already 72 guests have been in here. That is outstanding. One visible dinosaur. We might get this guy some company, but his social is really low, so she might see that as a threat, which might be interesting indeed. All right, so no feed yet. Our fossils should be coming back soon. And then we will be unable to hatch a brand new dinosaur. All right, so there is the success rate 1.0 researched. Let's go ahead and research some of these genes, shall we? So, neural connections to the brain for attack and resilience, attack and defense, lifespan and resilience, absolutely. Boost their immune system up some. Seems like a good idea. Make them more immune to disease, which is always good. Where is he? I didn't get an alert that said he was gone. There she is. You're thinking about running away, aren't you, girl? See, danger 10,000 volts. Are you getting froggy? I wouldn't touch that if I were you. So far, so good. 2.5 star rating. Making good progress here. I'll wait for our expedition team to come back with the brand new DNA, and we will see what this Chinese dinosaur looks like. Yeah, that power station is outputting as much as it can. That one's got 11 in reserve, so still holding strong with the power. I'm waiting for, like, maintenance issues, like a power line goes down or a dinosaur decides to hop the fence. But so far, all of our herbivores are looking good. There's our fossils there. Two Edmonds,
exactly what I needed. Well done.
Yeah, Ceratosaurus. We'll go ahead and extract those, make him a little bit more powerful.
No matter what anyone else says, science is what makes or breaks us. Admittedly, sometimes both. But on Isla Matanceros, you are making us and yourself look good. And that's worth a reward.
Straight up. All right, so can we incubate ourselves? It's a 58% chance. I don't want to go messing with it too awful much. We do have some skin tones, but that will probably kill it. So for defense, only lowers it by 1 and increases its defense by 4 points. I'll go ahead and apply that gene. All right, fingers crossed for a brand new dinosaur. How's profit running up here in the gift shop? Running costs, we're making 256. I wonder. Yeah, I thought I could set individual prices, and I'm probably doing it wrong. Oh, we're picking what we want to sell. I gotcha. So let's go mid-range. We'll sell some Barbasol for 15. Get that $5 profit. And are we running the Dino Feast for 20? Yes, indeed. Okay, so we pick one thing then that we sell out. That makes sense. So what are we going to sell out of our clothing shop then? The Dino hat for 4, the shirt or the onesie? I like the shirt. We'll go ahead and sell it for 20. Make double profit on it. I think that is fine indeed. People will be coming out. Now, if the people actually reflect wearing the Dino shirts, that's going to be pretty outstanding. All right, our Hyanganosaurus is almost done incubating. And here she is. So a little lower center of gravity. Nice spikes on the back, and we'll see what kind of need she needs. Little rambunctious, aren't you, girl?
Ah, the Huayangosaurus. Another member of the Stegosaurians.
All right, so her social is pretty low. We're going to need to make another one of those dinos pretty quick in order to satisfy that social skill, or that social need. We'll go and incubate another one. Should be fine. And then if we can get like a big old group photo out of this piece, that'd be pretty excellent. All right, 8 out of 10 freshness on the ground herbivores, and we'll make one last check for our carnivore over here. Maybe we can catch her feeding to end the episode. She's still hanging out by that fence. She's looking a little, she's looking like she wants to do something. Yeah, I see that eye. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling anyone with that. Get out of here. All right, so it looks like our Ceratosaurus is a hit. The question is, do we put in a second one? Because it looks like they might get intimidated. There's room for some more, but I don't know if they would fight. Now, there is sort of a star rating here. Oh, a 94 dinosaur rating due to the skin tone modifications and the authenticity. Oh man, if she could win a fight, then CRT001 will have earned a name, and she'll be a star attraction, which of course means more money and more opportunities for us. But that's going to do it for me and this episode of Jurassic World Evolution. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and release our second Hygonosaurus. And let's close the episode with our meat
A
eater.
contract just landed on my desk. You need to take a look.
All right, why not look at the contract for a high-quality fossil? Yeah. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and launch an expedition to a place we have not been and see if we can get some amber out of this. Struthiomimus. But it's new fossils, and there's a good chance for a high-quality fossil out of it. No. Cancel. Well, okay, you're going to Canada. You're going to Edmonton. Enjoy the cold. I know I told you were going to the United States, but pack a warm coat. But yeah. So carnivores, a pretty good draw. Very good dinosaur rating. This might be our star, but as this game tends to do, it'll definitely throw a wrench in the works. But that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for CRT001, the cathode ray tube, we're going to have to come up with a name for this Ceratosaurus. But I will see you in the next video. Take care.